And good morning and good evening to everyone. I think we have now on webinar. There is no border and time zones may be different. So welcome to this today's webinar. As you know, I am Dr. Tarun Chugh. Divesh has already given you small brief about myself. So let us start with our current discussion. So distribution and retrieve regulated document with ease. That means we. So, 1 second. Yes. So what we are going to discuss related to document. Very first thing. Today's scenario, everyone knows 483s. Okay. So lot of observations in audits comes because of not proper documentation, not proper control of the documentation. If you go by percentage, more than 50% observations are related to documents of various nature. So this is how to control all these things. We are going to understand and discuss in our today's webinar. So what is regulatory document? Okay. In that, let me first give you starting with that one example where one observation came. Okay, your firm failed, that USFD is telling about this observation. Your firm failed to establish an adequate quality control unit within responsibility and authority to approve or reject all component, drug product, container, closure, in-process material, packing material, labeling, and drug product. Okay, so this is one observation where there was a lack of the quality units was lacking appropriate responsibility of control over drug manufacturing operation, in which documentation, GMP parts were also a case. Okay, so what comes under this all regulatory requirement is 21 CFR part 211. If you go subpart J, which is for record and reports, it's in a detail, a full chapter is there. What regulatory are expecting, how to control the record, what other things are required in that reports. Okay. So all in pharma units is a big subject, but if we make a summarize of this, records are related to various sections. Even it can be a building premises, personal, equipment, material, processing, lab records, or QMS. Okay, so all these sections have a different requirement, and all requirement has to be recorded properly in defined manner, defined procedures, and all documents has to be in a controlled fashion. Okay, so what auditor expect when they come for a regulatory inspection, when they come and if they require any documentation, that should be retrieved very fast, that should be very clear, and that should be authentic. All such things are expected. For example, in case of personnel, like training, hygiene, and in case of equipment, starting from your VMP, like again installation, calibration, validation, maintenance, cleaning, all such things should be on a demand. It should be retrieved and it should be shown to the auditor, and that records should be linked with the process. So if such things are not matched or not controlled, so they become observation, they become 483. So there are regulatory compliance has some requirement or demand what they expect when they come for inspection. Like they want to see the process optimization, how it is done on properly done or not, evidence of action executed, whatever you have done is properly documented. Somebody has reviewed, somebody has done, and somebody has checked. Okay, better quality risk management, how the things have been controlled, what are the control checks for all the processes done, even on the documentation also, and record retention, what are the company policy, how you are retaining the records, what is the life of the record, what is the cycle of that record, is life cycle of the record, what are the control processes, okay, you are keeping for a better quality, and what are the audit representations, what are the enhanced productivities, and collaborative task and transparency with the entire team. Okay, so these are the some basic things which any auditor when comes to audit the unit, okay, they have a such expectation. Now in advance of regulatory requirement, okay, sorry. So streaming organization document system will motivate your staff. Okay, if you have a good documentation system, your staff will have a very good efficiency, and they will be motivated how to do the activity. Why? Because your instructions are clear, your documentations are clear, your systems are guiding your people. Documentation that are simple and user friendly will lead to a better compliance. Okay, so if it is not user friendly, people will have a misunderstanding, and very big problem with that is a human error. Many times people don't understand the instructions, or don't understand the documentation requirement, they do the mistakes, and organization will gain a reward like saving the time and reduce effort. So if you have a more electronic record system, so you on the clicks you can bring all the documentation or records in fashion, in whatever the requirements or demand is coming by the auditors, or even in the daily uses. If you are going to see somebody is doing analysis and want to review some specification or some document for guidance or SOP or protocol, everything should be easily available. So that does not take time to go and retrieve and open a document, hard copy, bringing them, and there should not be destruction of that copy. All such things, problems are there related to paperwork. So then again come to impressive process of the trained user and control the paper with benefit of your organization. Finally, coming to GMP and GD improvements, which will result in the quality product. Okay, so your things are in a good fashion. There is no documentation errors. Okay, so all your GMP and GDP will maintain properly. And there are so many regulations working globally. Like in India, is a Schedule M for good manufacturing practices, and globally there is a USFDA, MHRA, PICS, WHO, ICH guidelines. So many regulators are there. Those are doing all regulatory activity. But basically, if say all GMPs are almost parallel, okay, and same. There are some few differences, but in that we will discuss about. We are discussing about documentation, so that demand is common for all the regulatory requirements. So very clear statement is if anybody has visited a FDA office in US, it's very clearly written there in bold letter. If you have not documented any activity, you have not done it. Okay, so that means documentation is very essential to prove or to give the evidence of what you have done. Okay, so GMP requirement, most of the people. So what is written has to be done, and what you are doing, it has to be written there. So that's why in case of any your medicine goes in market, it gets distributed, it's consumed by the patients. But when audit comes later on to you, then you have the only documentation which are the evidence, what you have done, which time you have done, what activity was performed. Everything should be documented properly and has to be described during audit. So now in that understanding, if we go and understand type of documentation, okay, so we can define as a primary documents, okay, the documents which takes a primary in cases data and are collected, retained concurrently by more than one method. Okay, so this is a primary documentation. Secondary documentation is a record which does not take a primary and cases data that are collected and retained concurrently by more than one method. Now we can define on the basis another second part. Third part will be non-critical, that those data that are not directly influencing the quality. Okay, so we can define them as a non-critical documents. Okay, but those are directly impacting to the quality or influencing the safety of the product. These documents will call as a critical documents. Okay, so there should be a very clear understanding the nature of documents what you are handling. This is a very basic understanding for either it is a hard paper activity, or if you are going for electronic activity, the principles will remain same, that you have to, when you are preparing a document, it has to be get approved, then the copies has to be controlled, and if it is not going for your, if they are going out of any premises, going for other references used, then they should be uncontrolled. And there are so many stems for controlling methods are like master copy, obsolete copy, supersede copy, approved copy. So this is a very, very basic requirement for any of the documentation practices. And in case of electronic, if we are going, this type of activity is also designed and performed. Okay, so the principle remains same, either we go for a hard copy or you go for an electronic version. Needs same controls. Now, in case of we define a dynamic record formats. Okay, so dynamic record formats, what we say, are electronic records. Okay, that allows as an interactive relationship between the user and the record content. Okay, but they are controlled. Okay, there will be a password control, and there will be audit trails. There will be Part 11 compliance, all activities. Okay, and same way for coming for statics, the record formats are paper or electronic images is one that is fixed and allowed on a very limited interaction between the user and the record content. Okay, and in case of true copy is a document where you have a copy of an original record of the data that has been certified to confirm that it is an intact, completely copy that prevent the entire content of meaning by the meaning of the original record, including in case of electronic data. Okay, so that means any documents which you have like a photocopy or endoscopy, all these will be called as a true copy. Okay, which is a replica of your original document. Okay. Now, it's a big challenges for distribution and retrieval of the document. Okay, in case of hard copy, it's a very challenging. It's very typical task. Okay, so why? Because paper-based library file room is required, where huge number of papers are there, huge records are there, because you know regulatory requirement has limits for each life cycle of each document when you can destroy that document. Some of the documents are to be kept till the complete life cycle of the product. Okay, so if you have 50 or 60 products, so you assume how big a library or file room is required to control all such type of documentation. Then again, second part is coming a format issuance. You have day-to-day basis. There are so many SOPs are having a formats where you have to record the online documentation. You have to follow the ALCOA policy for this. So all such you have to be these formats has to be issued by quality. So it's again a huge task for getting a Xerox, printing, and controlling that all the documentation, all such things are there. Or if you are getting external print also, then again you have to control how the copies are going out and coming in. All these things are there. Security of all the documentation is very, very essential. When required for any review, searching is another huge task. Okay, you have to maintain a shelf-wise or box-wise or location-wise, like a library. You have to maintain these documents for every in and out of the paper. Okay, so every time you have to request, raise a request that you require, because otherwise there won't be a control. So that is a must thing. Okay, then document layout is also important for this as a challenge for how you are going to control all this activity. Finally, here document control is, as we discussed, is the most important activity. So mitigation, how we can mitigate these challenges? Okay, this is the whole main crux of our today's discussion. How we will control now. When we are doing a paper activity, a very important thing to know this human error. Most of the observation, if we see, will be written like a human error. Okay, anything happen. So finally, people have a tendency to see a human error. But if we go in depth of analysis of any issues, yeah, human error is one of the things. But another part is the control. Where you have a less control, definitely a human being will make a mistake. So in case of the electronic workflow, in that case, the requester has to give a request, and QA has to approve, and format has to be utilized, and QA has to retrieve. This is either it is an electronic flow, it's a hard, both way principle is same, but the control and the retrieval and the errors, possibilities of errors are reduced when electronic forms or electronic procedures are being used. So benefit of using document control procedure in case of workflow is routing of the files for review and approval, audit login, every action you have recorded and occurs on a file, who has entered, when has entered. So all things can be controlled, capturing a record of every change that occurs. Okay, any revision has done, then can be also captured. Security is, yes, one of the reason which is very well controlled in a electronic fashion also. Okay, so there are so many password protection, Part 11 compliance ways there. So that way, security is a good way to control all these things. And very best part is that I understood when I also use all these things electronic, you have less papers and your storage space get reduced a lot. Okay, so paper and electronic this is also one of the very good benefit of that. Okay. So in case of outlining of document control system, how it is will work is you can make a draft and you can review on that draft. Anybody and you send it for review, and a reviewer can put a comment on that. And after getting comments, and when final review is done, and it is get approved by all the responsible people or stakeholder or subject matter expert, so finally a QA give approval and it get published, and then after publication electronically it is distributed, which goes on a click. Okay, and very easy. So it can be go on cloud collaboration also, okay, to get your this documentation system, where you have a system of reminder, traceability, notification, workflow approach, electronic signature, latest version of what you have used by all, is easy and very quick to incorporate SOP and policies. So these all things can be done very fast and very time saving activity. Important, less human error, less chances of people doing error. Okay, so because you don't have physical activities involved, paper handling, paper movement, going one place to another place, so all such things can be reduced in a organization. Finally, this is a Part 11 compliance softwares where audit trails, as you know, all auditor come and ask how you are controlling your system. Okay, so Part 11 is final audit trails is one of the control about how you have used, what you have used. Okay, who has logged in, and what activity has been done, and what time. So coming to benefit of this e-distribution or retrieval of the shelf and cloud ready is for that, and you have a complete audit trail. You have a compliance made simpler, as we have discussed. Anything can be on a click. Everything is unknown, who has logged in, what they have done, which format is used, what version is used, any change is done, how it can be done very fast. Okay, you have a change control, it can be closed very fast. If you move physically or on paper, so it takes a lot of time to get these all activities. Then automation in process, and finally this is distribution code or unique distribution code can be created so that retrieval is very easy. Okay, so less chance of getting your document miss out if whenever any retrieval activity is done. So the key feature for this all activity what we have discussed, or for this system, the key feature is a silent print process, versions, O365 plugin, watermarks, auto head and footer, and field level audit trails are there. The benefit of this is that improve productivity with the operational efficiency, increase visibility across the organization, secure complaints and reliable systems, and decrease paper and reduce cost. Okay, once you are saving a time and you're saving a paper, so definitely it goes impact on the costing also. So coming to the fact that site has 30 plus sites are doing this activity, document process more than 10, so many records and users are there available. Okay, so now Devesh can come on these slides.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Let me help you.
Please.
Can you please just hover the mouse for me, sir?
What I to do? Sorry.
You would require to just click, sir. No issue. So basically,
Yeah, I will help you for scrolling these slides.
Yes, sir. Yeah, so basically, Sargent Systems journey has begun uh, of business technology and regulatory solutions and innovation since more than 2 decades with a core competence of greenfield solutions. So we have various customers in more than 50 plus countries with the 450 plus project installations, which is being used by more than 60,000 uh, users globally. The business model of Sargent Systems revolves around, the 95% of customer retention with a strategy of uh, architecting, designing, and developing of proprietary technology stack, which gives, the upper hand in the industry, and the technology strategy which we are following is a cloud-ready solutions and a quality strategy of ISO 9001 2015 guidelines as well. So this is what about us. This is our global presence. We are operating from 4 geographic locations, and thank you for listening us. It's a time for question and answer. So audience are welcome with their questions.
Hello.
Yeah. Hi,
Yeah.
Herman.
Yeah, I have a question. Shall I?
Yeah, please.
Yeah, please.
Okay. Yeah. Example, if there's a, what is archival of around 5 or 6 years within your system, and if any of the user they want to audit that archival module, so how that can be done? I mean, system. My concern is that system should allow to record each and every uploaded documents. It should allow to compare, if there are two versions, it should allow to compare the versions. And so how does that managed? I mean, if it is there.
Yeah, Divesh, please.
Sorry, Herman, could you please repeat your question?
Yeah, sure. See, what my concern is that, example, if any of the organization, they have archived their soft record, okay, in the system, and example, if there is an audit, and if any of the QA person, they want to audit that system, and example, they want to retrieve some of the old records, maybe 5 years, they'll go back to 5 or 6 years back.
Okay.
So how system would allow to access and to audit those records?
Yes, it's a very interesting question. I would be honest, but the system has that facility. In fact, every electronic system would have that facility. It's a a control system. So each and everything which has been issued, right, and when it will retrieved against that same thread only, right.
Okay.
So whatever has been issued can be retrieved at any point of time.
All right. So that means nothing is going in zipped format. Everything,
No.
every document has their
Yes.
identity, right?
Yes, it
Okay,
has their identity
then-
in its original format, where the preview is available. Whatever has been issued, the same has been retrieved. One, right. Second,
Okay.
you can mention that as a comment part, that where the physical copy has been stored, because
All right.
some document requires a physical copy as well. In spite of having
Right.
electronic system, there would be a requirement of
True.
physical copy. So you can maintain that location as a comment within the system. So retrieval from that physical location would also be easier.
All right. Yeah. Okay. Got you. Yeah. Thanks, Divesh.
Thank you. So I have another question from Mr. Manish, that can you please elaborate on different modules the doc management is capable of? Yes, Mr. Manish. So here different module means various document types. It is not limited with only the standard operating procedures, or you can manage the protocols, the SOPs, work instructions. Uh, Many document types can be configured. So it is not limited with only SOP or STP or work instructions. Each document will have its own workflow, right? And accordingly, it can be traversed within the system. It can be routed through various profiles with respect to the importance of document. I hope I answer your query. Tarun sir, I have another questions from one of the audience, that
Yeah.
what is why or what type of organization should transform their paper-based system to electronic? What is the right time, basically?
See, whenever you understand the requirement, that is the time. Okay, very first. Okay, what I mean to say, it's not a spec. If you are a new organization coming up, very first time in pharma, better you should start at that time only. My recommendation, because nowadays all auditors are focusing on documentation when they come and enter, and they start demanding the documentation for any audit. So it is very easy if you have an electronic document and you can retrieve it very fast, and that give a impression to the auditors also about your preparedness, readiness, and transparency. So that gives a trust build up to the auditors. So suppose your auditor is coming from abroad, maybe 2,000, 3,000 kilometers away from your location. So he is not going to sit and see the every activity every day. Okay. So what is the thing you are going to convince him my quality and my systems are best? That is your documentation, your evidence that we have done this thing on that time, that activity is performed. If you have electronic system, your archival and retrieval will be very fast. Correct. Now, if we bound it into time bound, so there is no time bound. You can start anytime. Oh, if you are an old company and you have already a lot of paperwork, and if you are starting your activity in now with a backlog, so you can start parallelly for 1 month, 2 months with your change control system, and parallelly you can run together till you get the confidence that the things are coming to control. Okay, so in that one at a one certain time, then you have to declare through that you have to close the chain control that now we are now going on 100% on electronic system.
Very true, sir.
So that way you can work out in that section also.
Very true. Perfect.
I
I
hope
have
it is clear.
yes.
Yeah.
One another question is also in line, that can you briefly describe some of migration challenges encountered based on some of the project executed or implemented? Yes, definitely we do face challenges, but yes, we overcome as well. So if we talk about the challenges, right? So basic, the customers always ask to continue the SOP number. If I take an example of SOP, so let's say if it is a paper-based system and the SOP is running version is 3.0, right? So they want 4.0 in the system. So basically, in system it is not possible. In system you have to start with 1.0 only. But yes, there is a solution. There can be a mechanism where your source SOPs can be clubbed with that the new SOP. So you can have a thread that this is my last SOP and this is my latest SOP. By this way, it can be encountered perfectly. I have another question also, that is this doc management is system can also implemented to importer, distributor to manage dossier information, registered product information, and for ISO 13485 docs. Yes, it can be implemented, right? Based on the analysis, definitely we can implement the system in that area as well. In fact, we have some distribution company with us who are using our such electronic systems. Uh, any question, audience?
There is a one question you missed out. It is a very good question for Devesh. You Surgeon system also support voice online inspection.
Yeah, it
Offline.
was my Dr. Vandana.
Sorry,
Yeah,
sorry.
this is
Yeah,
some,
yeah. It was just scrolled up. Sargent systems also support whilst online inspection. Sorry, I did not get your question, madam. Could you please?
Okay.
Yeah.
Am I audible?
Yes, yes, madam.
What I meant to say is, okay, like you would build everything and provide the SOP, whatever electronic documentation, but when the inspectorate team is there, and suppose if they have a direct, sometimes they look, especially the regulated markets, they don't involve that party MAH holder or the manufacturer, but they would like to have a one-to-one straight with the provider, so that you do facilitate, right? Of course, on the agreement and all. Like if they ask you questions,
Yeah.
so your team could be there during the inspections, like.
Yes, basically, generally, the vendors are not allowed during the audit, right? But yes, we can support you with respect to the audit via online remotely. Generally, vendor comes into picture where the users are not able to describe the system, or auditor or inspector sometimes ask such odd reports or odd information which user might not aware about how to get that or how to fetch that information within the system. So yes, at that time we do support. In fact, we are supporting.
Okay. Am I audible?
Yes, yes, ma'am, very clearly.
Yes, yes. Okay, so that answered my question. Okay, so if there's online query, you're there for this. Yeah,
Yeah.
and I'll connect to Mr. Divyesh. Yeah.
Thank you, ma'am. So I trust it was a quite insightful session, Tarun sir. And here I would like to conclude this webinar. I would like to thank you, the audience, who spared their time to join with us. And thank you, Tarun sir, for your time and for this
welcome.
insightful information. Thank you very much, all. And please feel free
Thank
to
you.
connect in case you have any query in future as well. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, thanks.
Thanks everyone and have a nice day. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.